Hey kids, it's Englentine here, and you know what? Every morning I go through all the comic book news sites trying to find a topic to talk about, something to look at. And this has been around for a little bit now, and it's Jughead, Bughead, and the need for asexual and aromantic heroes in comics. And to tell you the truth, the first time I read it, I thought they said aromatic, and I was wondering why they're making a column about smelling like an asexual, but It occurred to me, what really stood out for me this time today was the word need. Because I hear that, oh, we need more black people, we need more women, we need more gay people, we need more whatever I am, I want to be represented. And that's basically what they're saying. Comic books are not going to go under because of the lack of asexual characters. So I decided to make a little bit of a rant video, and it's not an angry rant because there's nothing to get angry about when it comes to representation, you know? So what, should I be mad at people because when they say they want to be represented, they only mean the three most superficial things that could ever be about them? No. And should I be mad about Jughead? Actually, no. It's good. Somebody came out and said he's asexual. He's got his girlfriend Big Ethel here who chases him around, but let's face it, the only reason why he's interested in hanging out with her is that she's the only person in Riverdale with an appetite the same size as his. Because otherwise, the boy just loves his burgers. So along with the word need, what really drew me to wanting to talk about this is the fact that the people talking about, where they're talking about the Riverdale TV show. I watched one episode, not my cup of tea, but hey, you know, they're watching it specifically because Jughead was supposed to be asexual, but then started a relationship with Betty, so that's where the Bughead comes from. And then they decided that they were not represented anymore, and stopped watching. And this just kind of highlights what I was saying earlier, and I'm sure I mentioned it in other videos, that when people say they want to be represented, they're just talking about the most superficial ways possible. Their race, their sex, or their sexual orientation. You have no control over those, unless you want to rewind a whole bunch of time on the gay issue and say that you do actually choose to be gay or to be straight. I know I didn't choose to be straight, so I won't agree with you. Some people want to be represented on this, what I call superficial level, so badly that they actually project onto characters that, well, they don't fit the bill. Remember these two? Nowadays people look at them and say, well, obviously they're lesbians. I mean, Peppermint Patty likes sports. I remember when it was an insult to say that, and you would have women say, what, just because I like sports that means I'm gay? Well, nowadays, yeah, or at least they'll come up with some sort of gender for you. Or they'll give a little bone and say, well, you know, maybe Peppermint Patty's not gay because she has flirted with Charlie Brown, but Marcy, she is definitely gay. Well, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? Neither one of them are.
You're fond of me? Kiss her, you blockhead! I've always been fond of you, Charles. I think you're the nicest person I've ever known. I hate to see you suffer all the time.
Yep, shock and surprise, but on more than one occasion, Marcy made a play for Charlie Brown. Now, she did, of course, recognize that her best friend Peppermint Patty liked him, and so she backed off and even at one point tried to sell her to him. Not really, but, you know, advertise, just kind of talk her up.
Hand me that eraser, will you, Chuck? You touched my hand, Chuck.
You kind of like Chuck, don't you, sir?
Maybe to somebody who's desperate for representation, that means she's gay. I'm sorry, I don't see it that way.
Peppermint Patty kind of likes you, Chuck. Well, Chuck, thanks for walking me home. Good night. If you don't want that to be from me, Chuck, think of it as being a good night kiss from Peppermint Patty.
Not only those two scenes, but there's actually a scene in Bon Voyage, Charlie Brown, towards the end, where it alludes to the fact that Peppermint Patty's sexually active, because she says that, oh, I think I'll give that Pierre kid a tumble. So, hey, you know, there you go. Make of that of what you will. That's a line that I didn't get when I was a kid, but it kind of stuck with me when I was an adult. I guess I can see the frustration, because unless we're doing generic, somebody is represented, so why not you? But why does it have to be the superficial? I mean, let's face it. Based on the traits of white heterosexual male, This is my representation. Does this look like this guy is me? Short answer, no, not at all. Not when you take into the account of just white heterosexual male. Superman doesn't represent me. He represents somebody I would like to be. I hope I could be, because, and that's not based on the superpowers, although that would be awesome. It's based on the fact that he does good all the time. He's a stand-up guy who throws himself into danger to help people. So I would say, if you want to be represented by Jughead Jones, or if you want to be able to look up to him, it shouldn't be because of his sexuality. How about the fact that he doesn't push his ideals on anybody? He just wants to have a good time and enjoy a good meal. Or how about the fact that he's incredibly loyal to his friends? Not in Riverdale, but, you know, in the comic books at least he was. And then, of course, there's wanting to create gay characters out of straight characters. They did that with the Iceman. This could be a train wreck. I don't know. I hope they get a very good writer for the book. The cover's horrible. The way that his body is twisted like that, yeah, okay. That just, I don't know. Maybe I'm too sensitive to that. That looks kind of stereotypical there. The whole thing is, what really bothers me about the whole Iceman being gay is the talk that Jean Grey had with him. It just didn't sit well, because it really does sound like she's trying to convince him he's gay, and she even says that that the world is half gay anyway. And if she can talk him into being gay, can she also talk people out of being gay? Just asking. Wasn't the original Iceman series a long time ago about him trying to save his kidnapped girlfriend? I could remember that wrong. I'm going to wrap this up here in just a touch. But I really want to point out a difference between reactions of today and yesterday, and how regressive the regressive left SJW types have become. When Bobby Drake was announced as gay, it was like, yet many years ago, when this happened, we all went, huh, okay, that's cool. They're good characters. Sure, some people's panties got twisted in a bunch, but overall we didn't care. We didn't care because we could still be represented by them. We still looked at these characters and saw somebody to aspire to. Murderous superheroes who'll kill on a dime. Of course, I have the advantage of being, as we said before, a straight white male. I see a white face in a lot of the superheroes. So it tells me, yeah, well, if I act like this and I act like that, maybe I could be. So that of course, is part of the representation. That's part of the thing I will never understand. As a matter of fact, nobody will know if the situation is any different, because nobody can change their race no matter what Rachel Dolezal says. But the thing is it should not be so superficial. I mean, if you're looking for somebody to aspire to, if you're looking for somebody to relate to, shouldn't it be more than just the things you have no control over? It's okay to be inspired or to aspire to be like somebody who isn't like you. But then again, I guess it's not bad for you to be inspired by others, but then get into the business and write some badass versions of who you would like to be. Anyway, I'm going to end this little rant because I can feel the wheels spinning at this point. So, what did you think? Where was I right? Where was I wrong? I know there were some places, because some of it just didn't feel right as I was saying it, but I got my opinion out anyway. Did you like it? Did you hate it? Let me know in the comments below. Also, if you like this video, please click like, share, subscribe, go to VidMe, Englentine, Grove of Englentine, leave a tip. I wouldn't hate you for it. But most importantly, thank you very much for watching.